What's up, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with the Transformers third party review. Today, the figure we're going to be reviewing is the Mastermind Creations Ocular Max Perfection Series Impetus. Sounds a lot like the word impotent, so I don't know. Impetus. And this is their take on, what was it, Vortex. But I mean, clearly not Vortex, because that would be ridiculous. You know, only Hasbro or Takara makes Vortex. Right. So there he is. He is more of a cartoon accurate than for example, he's more cartoon accurate than the Unique Toys ones, and those were pretty cartoon accurate. He's definitely more toy accurate than the Zeta Toys one. Yeah, but yeah, here he is. He looks pretty good. Pretty slim, all things considered. Not a whole lot of a backpack, but let's let's continue looking at it. It's a nice looking figure. One of the problems I do have, and it'll probably show up, one of these windows, maybe both of them, I don't know. One of these windows I keep on losing while I mess with it and transform it and stuff like that. So we'll probably lose that during the course of this review, but maybe not. Who knows? Fingers crossed. In terms of accessories, he comes with 3 items, because this is Ocular Max's, what do they call it, all built in. And he doesn't come with any combination accessories. It's all built in, but I'm not going to show that right now. You'll see it as we transform it. He's got these 2 guns. These will fit onto his forearms, so you can get some forearm gunnage going on. He also comes with this cannon right here. The little barrel folds up for vehicle mode. Folds out. It's got this tab right here on the back. The way this works is you pry his hand open. I found it convenient to kind of put his thumb down, and you'll see that there's like this little cutout in the back of his palm. Not your standard Masterpiece style peg, but I don't really have a problem with that. I think it works just fine. Fit it in there, curl his fingers around, and I could have put his thumb up if I thought to do that before I curled his fingers, but oh well. And he holds it just fine. He holds it pretty damn good, actually. Looks good. It's a decent looking gun. You can also, like straight up Mega Man his arms by taking this and rotating this around. Yeah, like that. Now he's got Mega Man arms. Anyhow, wait. That's the wrong music. Oh well. Guile's theme goes with everything, right? But that's enough for that. Let's look into his posability. Pull all this crap off. That and that. And that. Put those aside. His head is on a ball joint. His head is technically on 2 ball joints. So he's got this ball joint right here that his head's physically connected to. And then, there's this other one that comes off all the flippin' time. So he looks up that far. He looks down that far. His head will rotate all the way around, though it is a challenge to move it without... It's a challenge to move this ball joint in his head without moving this one down here. So it's really easy to just take that and move that around. But his other ball joint will also rotate freely. You'll just have to take my word for it, I guess. His arms windmill about just fine, go out that far. Bicep swivel is unimpeded, double joint at the elbow for pretty decent bend. Keep in mind though, because his lower arm is so much longer than his upper arm, he's not going to touch his shoulder because his arm's just too long for it. Funny how that works out. He does have an ab crunch. This ab crunch will often go without any kind of provocation. That's just how it works. It's actually a transformation joint as well. So he has a waist joint. Waist joint works just great. His skirts all move out of the way like so. He's got this weird ass joint in here. That's his, robot mode versus alt mode. Spready joint. Leg goes forwards that much, goes backwards that much, goes outwards that much for the full Van Damme, maybe like 105% Van Damme. It's pretty decent, all things considered. He has an upper thigh swivel. He's got a knee joint. His leg has got some structural, doesn't want to stay together. Knee joint moves about 90 degrees. It's actually about 87 degrees maybe. And then when you move it back, this joint here wants to move front, but no, we will hold on to that. We will not make it move. He does have a bit of an ankle tilt. Not a whole lot of an ankle tilt, but enough of an ankle tilt that he can stand here and he can be slightly ankle tilted. This is cool. One of the things that, in terms of proportion wise, I feel like his torso is a bit long, and then the width of his torso combined with the width of his waist makes him look like he's got like crazy muffin top going on. When you get him posing around like in like some sort of a dynamic pose, it's not nearly as prevalent, but when he's just standing there, he's got some crazy muffin top. Moral of the story, don't have him just standing there. Yeah, that looks pretty good right there, actually. Partly because his skirts are moving out, and so it doesn't look like he's got muffin top as much. But anyhow, let's get him transformed up. Again, we're keeping these off to the side. We're just gonna go for it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to transform it without making his head fall off. So I'm just going to go, and when his head falls off, it falls off, and I don't give a damn about it. First thing I'm going to do is transform his arms. You're going to pull this out, flip this around, close that up, fold this out, and that's basically an arm all done. Well, more or less. Same thing over here. Flip this out, rotate his hand around, close it, I say, close it, yeah, and then rotate this out, and then go like it is. Boom, done and done. Then we're going to come around here to his little backpack. This is supposed to tab in here, and it really never wants to, but it's a rigid enough connection that I'm not really worried about it, so whatevs. So there are little tabs inside here that fit into things. You're going to take this, and you kind of want to take both these halves at the same time. I like to stick my fingers right here on these tabs and stick my thumbs right here, and then just kind of wiggle that out. Now, the thing that's kind of confusing, I don't know, maybe I should have read the instructions on this, but you gotta move all this stuff past the central spine that keeps the backpack on. And so if you kind of move this out a bit and then kind of rotate this, yeah, and then rotate this, then you can slip that spine past those two modules. And that's how that is done. Let's readjust this for a little bit taller. My tripod! I haven't gotten my new tripod yet. I haven't even ordered it, so don't ask. Then we're going to take this and we're going to unfold, and and unfold. We're going to take these and fold them this way. You can try and move them the other way, but then you got to like dick around a whole bunch and it's not as fun, so I like to do it this way. I like the more fun way. It's more fun. We're going to unfold, unfold, unfold. Fold these forwards like so. Fold that out. And this, we're starting to get there. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the legs. Legs are their own little bit of fun. The transformation on this figure is not terrible. It's just I don't know. There's something about it that's just kind of weird. And I can't really identify it, so I'm not going to like fault it on it, but just something about it rubs me the wrong way. Just only sometimes, not even every time. All right. So now we're going to take these. We're going to plug his legs together all the way down the line. You'll see that his legs have moved into the closer together position. We're going to open up all of these skirt armors and then we're going to plug these back in. You'll notice that, let's do this properly. So in robot mode, this little tab right here fits into that notch right there just fine. But in vehicle mode, you push this all the way in, and now this tab fits into that slot right there. There's two slots because this is actually just the same piece repeated on the back. These are identical skirt armors. Alright, so there's that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it around, and this section here is going to fit into that hole right there. So rotate, 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 rotate. I'm going to bend this right here so you'll see it really well on the side. That slot, that little tab is just going to go right into that slot. There's a tab on the other side as well, but it doesn't go into the slot. It doesn't go that deep. That's what she said. And we're going to, maybe this is the part, maybe this is where I verbalize what I don't like about this transformation. The next part of this is you're going to basically dick around with it until it all fits together. And that's the part I don't like, because I like having, you know, organized steps and processes. I did a part out of order. I needed to raise these up before I got too far with this. Yeah, see, now those fit out through this part here. So, dicking around, proceeding. There's these two tabs right here. Let's see if we get this in focus. These tabs right here are going to fit into these little slots here and here. And that's a big part of getting this to fit together properly. But it's not the only part. There's like tabs in here that I don't quite, I'm not sure if I really understand them fully. Sorry, I've got the sniffles just a little bit. I don't have a cold or anything. I dealt with a cold already. I actually went, as I'm sure you've noticed, I haven't uploaded in a while. It's because I actually went a while just like feeling like sick as a dog. And I don't think I have a cold anymore, but I still have the sniffles periodically. I think I'm allergic to the sawdust that I get at work. Right now at work, I'm working on elevator stuff, and then we ship them out in boxes we make out of plywood. And who knows what the F is in plywood. Okay, this is giving me more trouble than normal. There we go. Wait, I'm starting to make some progress. Here. There we go. All right. I don't have it quite yet, I know. But I have it enough that I think I'm going to start proceeding. I'm going to fold these together just for the sake of this transformation for now. And the head came off. This is not the point where I was thinking that the head would come off, but it just did. So we're going to rotate these up. And we're going to rotate these up. Make sure you get this shoulder aligned with all of this kibble here before you really make it fit into position. There are these tabs right here are going to fit into these slots right here. Line them up. At least they will once this all lines up. I'm going to take this opportunity to put the head back on. I swear this head is just like the bane of my existence. I haven't had it fall off on this stage before, but that's because the camera's rolling. There's got to be a law for that. All right. So once I get these hands down properly, these tabs are going to just go right and home, and then the spine of this is going to fit all together just fine. But I got to make this fit first. Again, this is a part where a sensible person would cut and then come back to it and be like, hey, yeah, I got it all fit together. But I want you to know, when you're buying this figure, what you're going to have to deal with when you get to this point in the transformation. It's useful to know everything about your opponent. And I'm wondering if these like combined mode fingers are not fitting properly. There's no tabs hiding under there. I wonder if that was it right there. Let's try this again. Yeah, that was it. Alright, I feel like a complete moron. Real quick, let me show you what's up. There's this little part in here, right? This folds down for combined mode, I'm assuming, because it's not in robot mode or vehicle mode. And it folds up. And if it's down, nothing will work. And if it's up, it all comes out just fine. And you think I would have noticed that in the last like 5 or 6 times I transformed this. Okay, it's really only been like 3 or 4, but still. Alright, that is up. That is in. See how nicely this fits now. Okay, yeah. We're going to pull these up. This tab will go into that slot right there. If I'm intelligent enough to make it work. Which I might not be. Fit. Fit. There we go. All right. That works. This is going to just, these little tabs right here are going to plug into these slots right here. Simultaneously, these tabs right here are going to plug into these slots right here. There we go, like so. Put the stinking head back on. This is a step that you guys don't need to be, well, no, I was going to say this was a step that you don't need to be subjected to, but no, if you get this figure, you're going to know that this head falls off all the time, and you should know how to put it back on and what step of the process you're going to have to put it on. All right, that's lined up, Tab, tab, tab. Put those tabs in, more or less. Wait. Still better than a Fans Toys transformation. A lot of Fans Toys transformations are just nightmares. And this one is not a nightmare, it's just there's so many tabs and they're all super particular. Alright, then you take these, fold them down, tab them in, fold this to cover it. Again with the other side, fold this down, tab it in, fold that. This sucker here, I'm going to bend these out, split this, rotate this. And so this is actually two separate parts and then kind of locked together. So you kind of gotta push on this side so that comes out, and then you gotta separate out these two parts, and then rotate this 90 degrees and then push it back in. Cause I don't know if you can tell, but there's like a little notch right there, and there's a little notch on the other side. And tiny little pins on the other side fit into those notches. And if it's not aligned just right, it doesn't work at all, and it's just particular. The head's still not in the right place, but I'm not gonna care about it. Alright, so we're gonna kind of fold these into position a little bit. You definitely have to close these panels right here first, and then these guys will come, and this panel will plug into that one, and this one will plug into this one, so they'll like cross plug, which is actually really cool. And then last but not least, put these rotors into their proper configuration and then extend them. And I don't like these rotors, especially the inner rotors, are made of very, very thin plastic. And I tell you what, like pulling them out is more or less okay, but putting them back in, especially if they want to stick a little bit and you're like pushing on this thing, oh man, I feel like I'm gonna break it like every time. Alright, and there he is in his vehicle mode. And his vehicle mode looks pretty good, actually. Alright, let me get my camera situated. It looks very much like a helicopter of some sort. I'm not a helicopter fanboy, so I wouldn't be able to tell you what it's based off of. It does have landing gear. You'll yank on this one here, and these ones here. This one being, I don't know, I think proper position for helicopters is usually somewhere back here. So it looks a little weird being there, but you know, it stands just fine. The rotor rotates more or less. It's gets a bit of wobble in it. This one, if it fits together, if it stays together, also kind of just hangs out. It doesn't really spin that well. But yeah, good looking helicopter. Some of these windows are painted black. Some of them are like molded in this translucent gray plastic. A couple of these, notably these big ones here, like to pop off a lot. I kind of wish that they had gone with all clear or all not. I would have actually preferred all just black, because this doesn't even show anything. What's the point of having a clear window if there's nothing on the other side? I don't know. Weapon storage is as follows. You can get that, stick that there. Get that, stick that there. And then if you're super awesome, let's see if I'm super awesome. Maybe I'll use something to help me. Thank you, Dime. Yeah. I got half of it out. I need a spudger. I need like a real spudger one of these days. Let's fold up that handle, stick that in there. It kind of relies on this little collar that's around there to keep this in. So it's a stable enough connection. It's just not like, it's not like steady, but it's stable enough. Especially if you get this tab together properly, you can actually like hold it by that connection. So yeah, I don't know. But if it's not plugged together. But yeah, there he is, Impetus, in his vehicle mode, and he's pretty swanky. Not gonna say this is the mode that I would particularly pick it in, though. Truthfully speaking, I mean, this is a very nice helicopter mode. It has all the bases covered. I mean, it doesn't have a robot from the underside. You can technically see the head, but like not really. If this was in the proper position, you wouldn't hardly even notice that at all. Rotors, you know, look fine. Spin, work just fine. It's a really good helicopter mode. It's a really good robot mode. Like it's a good transformer all around. It's just its transformation is just kind of finicky, and it's not really intuitive on why it's finicky and what is finicky about it. But after you do it a few times, you get more used to it. If I was doing this a whole lot, then I would be super used to it, but I don't really have the time to transform a figure 50 times before I review it. And secondly, I'm borrowing this from a buddy of mine, and so I don't want to keep it forever either, though I always end up keeping this crap forever. But anyhow, thanks everybody. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting this far in my video. Thanks for listening to my mad ramblings. Everybody, stay awesome and be good to each other. See ya.